You see, for P&G, creativity isn't simply a nice to have, it's a must have. Part of our commitment to make the lives of people better every single day. Now, the companies in this room have enabled this kind of creativity through digital technology, search, social, video, chat, snaps, pins, cinemagraphs, machine learning, AI, and virtual reality is just now starting to take off. Before digital technology, we were constrained. Limited formats, change at a snail's pace. Now we have freedom to spread our wings, to venture where no creative has been before at lightning speed. And the result can be magnificent works of craft. But there's a dark side. At the same time, we've seen an exponential increase in, well, crap. Craft or crap? That's really the big question. And technology enables both. And all too often, the outcome has been crappy advertising, accompanied by even crappier viewing experiences. I mean, let's face it, all of us in this room bombard consumers with thousands of ads a day, subject them to endless ad load times, interrupt them with pop-ups, and overpopulate their screens and feeds with just plain bad work. I mean, is it any wonder that ad blockers are growing 40%? Which really begs another question. How many people are really seeing these ads? We need better advertising to drive growth, enabled by media transparency to drive a clean and productive media supply chain. Now, better advertising and media transparency are very closely related. Why is that? Well, because better advertising requires time and money. Yet, we're all wasting way too much time and money on a media supply chain with poor standards adoption. Too many players grading their own homework. Too many hidden touches, and too many holes to allow criminals to rip us off. We have a media supply chain that is murky at best and fraudulent at worst. We need to clean it up and invest the time and money that we save into better advertising to drive growth. It's time we come together, put down our finger pointers, and solve these problems. All of us, marketers, agencies, publishers, ad tech platforms, suppliers, together. Frankly, this is a matter of collective will, because surely, if we can invent technology for driverless cars and virtual reality, we can find a way to track and verify media accurately. As we all know, the problems and the solutions are really not new. Adopt one viewability standard. Implement accredited third-party measurement verification. Get transparent agency contracts. And prevent ad fraud. Yet, for many reasons, we haven't taken enough action to make a difference. Now, maybe one reason is that cleaning up the media supply chain is not really a very sexy topic. I mean, let's face it, it would be a lot more fun if I were up here talking to you about the latest VR experience than bot fraud. But maybe there's another reason, and I'm going to make a confession, which may sound familiar to some of you. I confess that P&G believed the myth that we could be the first mover on all of the latest shiny objects, despite the lack of standards and measurements and verification. We accepted multiple viewability metrics, publisher self-reporting with no verification, outdated agency contracts, and fraud threats with the somewhat delusional thought that digital is different and that we were getting ahead of the digital curve. We've come to our senses. We realize there is no sustainable advantage in a complicated, non-transparent, inefficient, and fraudulent media supply chain. Getting to a clean, productive supply chain is the level playing field that we all want and we all need. The basis for competitive advantage is our brands, our advertising craft, and the quality of our product and package experiences for consumers. It's not rocket science, it's really pretty much just common sense. And we also realize that our individual actions, they're good for P&G and they're good for the industry. If we all do our part, we all benefit and all boats rise. And best of all, consumers benefit. In fact, driving media transparency should not be optional. It's a responsibility.